Avengers, assemble. Welcome back to Sanders Presents. I'm Greg, and if you're enjoying the content we're producing, please consider following that link in the description below to become an Avenger today by sponsoring this channel and joining our Patreon. We have two tiers available, a $3 tier and a $5 tier. At that $5 tier, you become an Avenger Premium member. Your name is added to our Avenger Memorial Hall of Fame along with these other lovely people. In addition to that, Avenger Premium members also get access to an awesome slate of monthly comics. I hope you're all enjoying the comics that are already available, including this month's Batman Ego and Other Tales, the deluxe edition. And I'm very excited for next month's comic as well. It's already been selected. We got some good stuff coming and some good stuff to talk about if you drop into the super chat. So again, to my Avengers, to all of my sponsors, thank you all so much. Again, our sponsorship is through users like you, so thank you so much for your support. We're going to get into it. The Batman spoiler discussion, or at least a light discussion, and that will involve spoilers. By the time this video goes up, the Batman will be out in theaters. And I look forward to being able to talk with all of you about it and to really dive into this film. We're going to do I want to do a full live The Batman chat, interact, and really get a discussion going on The Batman. I don't know when I'll be able to have that go up. When this video goes up, as I've made sure to announce, and I've made sure my Avengers know, and I've made sure everyone knows, you're not going to notice any missing videos because we recorded so far in advance. But by the time this goes up, we will be traveling and we'll be in the mountains out of Texas. So I don't know when we'll get to a live video and to get to a live discussion, but hopefully within the next couple of weeks after this upload date, something around there. But hopefully, we'll really be able to get it up and have that's what she said, have a good chat about it. So just in terms of character, in terms of the presentation of the film, cinematography is beautiful. And we have a spoiler-free review, so you've already heard me gush. And again, that's really all I can do is gush. I love this film. This, to me, feels so definitive in terms of what I've wanted to see on screen from Batman. And it's been such a long time since I've had a Batman that I really like on screen, really. I don't care for the Snyder films. I wasn't really a big fan of The Dark Knight Rises. So 2008's The Dark Knight, that was so good, but it didn't push it. It didn't really go that far. And here we are dropped into a fully realized Gotham with an amazing slate of characters right off the bat. In terms of exploring the villains, Batman in his second year, the origins of Selina Kyle, the origins of Eddie Nashton into the Riddler, Oswald Cobblepot into the Penguin, and setting the stage for his rise to power. Batman's staunch stand on no killing, that he does not kill, and that he stops Selina every time whenever she tries to kill, and I love that. Or when they're going into the burned down orphanage, and Batman's like, no guns, and Gordon's like, that's your thing, man. I love that. I love that exploration. That is the character. That is the heart of this character. I love the relationship between him and Alfred that isn't fully cemented yet, that they're growing into it, because this allows for a story to develop, especially when you consider the fact that this is going to go into HBO Max shows, and this is going to go into other movies, to allow this arc to develop and to give the character and all of the characters somewhere to go, right down to the bomb that Riddler sends Bruce Wayne, and Alfred getting it and it blowing up. And now we know as viewers, they're not going to kill Alfred right now. If they decide to kill him, they're not going to do it right now. And helping to cement that relationship, in terms of seeing, Bruce seeing the value of Alfred and seeing the family that he has. And I love all of these little beats. And it's done so well. And it's done so well in such a perfectly realized, living, breathing city. everything feels so authentic and it feels so true to the character and to each character. I'm still giddy at the fact that we have that now, that we have something so fully realized, right down to Carmine Falcone, however you choose to pronounce it. But we have this brilliant story with Carmine as, him and his relationship with Selina as it, unravels. And now as comic book readers, you may or may not know, but at times in DC's canon, which again is flexible, but at times in DC's canon, Selina was intimated, it was intimated and then kind of made clear that she was Carmine's daughter, that Selina Kyle, that Carmine Falcone was her father. And so establishing that and having the movie go there, that was really cool. And again, building the relationship of, fathers and their children, whether it's Alfred to Bruce or Thomas and Martha with Bruce, Selina and Carmine. All these great relationships, and Riddler's lack of, relationship in terms of his family, building all of that up is, and it is explored so brilliantly, and it has time to breathe. Like, I loved the length of this film. I really legitimately did. I have no complaints. I mean, when it finished, it feels like it just goes by so fast, but yet you're so engrossed in it. You're so engrossed in all of these relationships that are developing. Zoe Kravitz is amazing. She's stunning. She is an incredible Catwoman in Selina Kyle. She easily rivals Michelle Pfeiffer, and you know how I feel about Michelle Pfeiffer. Robert Pattinson is the best Batman we've had in live action. He is the best Bruce Wayne we've had in live action. Now, obviously, his Bruce Wayne is minimal, but we get the truth of that character. We get these little bits and pieces to build something out. And I think within those moments that we have of this character, between his narration and wrestling with what he is and who he is, it's done so well and so perfectly that this is definitive. Like, there's, for a generation, this is going to be their Batman for a long time. Obviously, Batman is a role that will live on. Batman will be a role that's like James Bond. Other actors will inevitably inhabit this role forever and for all eternity, as long as there are humans to screw things up. There's going to be pop culture, and there's going to be Batman movies, right? So there will be other Batman. But whatever path it takes, ultimately, I really do hope, I really, really do hope that it keeps a trajectory in the spirit of realizing what Matt Reeves mastered in terms of bringing it to life, because there's no going back now, if you know what I mean. Like, having all of this in this film, and again in HBO Max shows, in future films, having this Batverse, having this universe so brilliantly, beautifully constructed. I don't want to, I think about the time when Matt Reeves' Bat saga is over, and then what comes after that, because of how realized and how meaty it's going to be, because there's a lot to live up to already. There is a whole lot to live up to, and that's how I think, because I know inevitably there will be more. It is inevitable. But yeah, and then of course killing Carmine, and opening up, paving the way for Penguin's rise to power, eventual gang wars. The end of the film, setting up Bruce and Selina's their goodbyes to each other. The explosions, the water rushing in, very much so, kind of paying. At least for me, I feel the inspiration. You can say No Man's Land, you can say Zero Year. I get a little bit more for 0 Year, just because of the relationship with the Riddler in that story. So I look at Zack Snyder's and Greg Capullo's 0 Year in terms of kind of all the pieces of the story. Batman injecting himself in the fight with adrenaline, or Venom. Again, maybe it's another Easter egg. Maybe it's Venom, because it was green and it's there. Either way, there's so many little things that are just kind of set the table. William Shakespeare bust as a nod to Batman 66. I loved that too, seeing that. The Batmobile chase scene, that was incredible. That was impeccable. That really was a good car chase scene. I mean, come on, Mac. You know how I feel about those. But yeah, I again, the Batcave, just so much to hit on. That's just so. It's just perfect. It's quality. It's a masterpiece. The cinematography, the use of colors, it's beautiful. This is the best looking superhero film bar none. And this is an amazing looking film. This is just a great piece of cinema. Again, I was talking about this in the super chat. But like, yes, is this an amazing superhero film? Yeah, it's the best. I mean, it is. It is the best superhero film I've seen. It is the best Batman film I've seen. But it's also a damn good film. Like, it's just a good movie. Like, you can look at this and it's just a good movie. It is an epic in that same, it is an epic in the same kind of cloth as again, Godfather. I mean, that same kind of quality cinema. And I felt that here. I felt like Batman really was reaching, and I feel like it legitimately achieved it, So I did. I loved it. And then, of course, the interrogation scene between, Eddie and Batman, where Edward kind of realizes, like, oh, my God, I thought we were on his no, and his freaking out. I loved it. And then, of course, the live chats and the use of social media and extremism, attacking the election, the attempted mass shooting, the use of rifles, people in the chat, if you looked at the chat, talking about where you could get the gear and where you could get the guns and stuff like that. And it's just like, my God, how close to reality that is. It's so frightening when you think about when this was made, and then you look at the state of the world and the event on January 6th, the insurrection, and you see how all of this goes. It's just how close it is to reality, and it's so brilliantly done. It is so brilliantly done. I have no complaints. I really don't. The teases of the Joker. I can't wait to see that deleted scene. I love establishing the Joker as this, obviously him and Batman have a relationship already. There's already an anniversary. Again, you'll know if you know. But I was so giddy because Joker should be a presence. He has to be a presence because him and Batman are intertwined. You can't escape it. But Joker is as important to the Batman mythology as Alfred is. And every reboot, you've got, every time there's got to be an Alfred. There's got to be a James Gordon. There's got to be Joker. They exist. They are just there. They make up, core aspects of Batman's supporting cast. And I because that's what Joker is. That's Joker as a mainstay. He is a part of this mythology. He is so ingrained and intertwined, just like Selina Kyle is, in my opinion. And again, how often we've had these characters, lacking or ignored or just kind of wasted in some respects and not really built up any further. And now we get the build up and we get this exploration. So yeah, I'm giddy. There's probably tons more I could probably go on. That's why I can't wait to have this live chat and just trying to keep this sort of contained and bite-sized to start the spoiler conversation. I do look forward to hearing your comments and reading and seeing what all of you thought, because, again, this is the place, spoiler comments, everything's allowed. Let's, again, let's talk about this film because I loved it. And again, we do have a thread in our Discord that will be up. I'm going to be opening that up probably on release day. So again, if you're in the Discord, again, by the time all this goes up, everything should be rolling just fine unless something crazy happened. So as it stands, let me know your favorite moments from this film. Let's talk spoilers. Let's really get into it. Thank you so much for being a part of the conversation. As I said at the top of the video, if you're willing and able, please consider following that link in the description below to become an Avenger today and sponsor our content. While you're down there, you can join our Discord. We have an invitation linked below, and you can order my debut novel, 89 Instrument of Destruction, from Amazon by following that link. So thank you for checking all of those out. If you've enjoyed the video, please consider liking it, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and share our content with your friends. It helps immensely with YouTube's analytics and algorithms. Above all else, and most importantly, stay safe, take care of others, and have a marvelous day. Bye, everyone.